Can you believe that it's already time to release the November Birthstone? Like, we're here. November is upon us. It's crazy. It's been simultaneously the longest and shortest year of my life. But we're here. Holiday season is upon us. It's all awesome. And so, yeah, we're releasing the November Birthstone soap today. And before I tell you more about that, hello, I'm Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. How's it going, Sudsers? Welcome back to the channel. You are at Soap and Clay, where we make all the soapy things. And yeah, it's time for the November Birthstone, which is a topaz, and it's super beautiful. I actually really like the topaz stone because it can be found in a lot of different colors, right? You can do like the coppery beautiful, like, yes, as well as, blues and greens and clears and all the things. And so I really did want to play with that in the design today. I was also wanting originally the Soap Apprentice to do this one. I talked about it back before she did the October Birthstone soap. And I don't know, I mean, I punted a whole bunch of stuff to her while I was like in the trenches for the Taylor Swift series. And so I felt kind of bad. So I'm taking this one back and I'm going to do sculpted layers and mica lines. Things I hate today. The scent blend is also something that I've talked about on the channel a few times, but I realized I haven't put this soap blend in my line for quite a while. It is a mango patchouli, which is really actually kind of delightful. And by kind of, I mean in totality, because you have this big, juicy, bright mango kind of paired with like the dirt, kind of earthy scent of the patchouli. It's so good. I'm going to stop talking about that here. We're going to go to the video and watch me do sculpted layers and mica lines and see if I mess it up, now. The Topaz Birthstone. This is a really fun pour. Do you see that? I got the little thing out to do some, it's the sculpting tool to do some sculpted layers. Yeah, I'm doing the thing, guys. Now, this was a pour. Those topazes, they're gonna look weird but cool. I feel like this is definitely a different way than we've ever done a birthstone soap before, because I don't know, I wanted it to look like a topaz, and topazes for the most part are kind of roundy and ovally and smoothie. So we're gonna do a thing. Kaolin clay, lots of kaolin clay goes into this guy. The oil blend for this is babasu and coconut and argan and olive oil. And it's delightful. There is about 65% solid oils in this because, well, I'm doing sculpted layers. And so I want it to really get kind of thick, kind of fast. So that's what I'm working with. And that's the hope. Because I don't, me and sculpted layers, I don't know. It's not my most fun pour to do. There's really nothing intrinsically wrong with them. It's not terrible if I have the patience to wait for the layers to set up before I start pulling tools through them. But, it's me. I'm not patient. So this is going to be split out into, I think, 4 different sections for this soap, which is cool. It's going to be a 4-color bar with mica lines between the two. See? 2 things I don't like or whatever. And it was a bar that I was going to have Georgia May make, and she made the last one. She made the October Birthstone, and so I'm like, well, I'm gonna do the November Birthstone. Plus, she had just done the Bob Ross from yesterday, and I'm like, wow. I mean, you put like 2.5 hours of your life into a Bob Ross painting, so the least I can do is suck it up and, do a 30-40 minute pour with some sculpted layers for the November birthstone. Plus, Soap and Clay Keeler #1 was born in November, so this is her birthstone, and so she specifically asked me to do it, and she got to pick the scents as well as the colors that she wanted with all of this. So let's go check out the pouring of this, and we will talk about the scents and the colors and why all of them were selected. Now, for the colors for this, we are going, again, 4 different colors, sculpted layers in between all of them, mica lines between all of that. And it's going to go copper, green, blue, then white. And the scent blend is actually amazing. So I had mentioned months ago when talking about a patchouli soap that mango patchouli is a really good blend. And I realized I hadn't done a mango patchouli soap in a while. And so when Soap and Clay Keeler #1 was asked about what she wanted it to smell like, she said mango. And I'm like, how about mango patchouli? And she agreed. She smelled it and went, yeah, that's amazing. Let's do that. So we're doing that. And I think that's great. It is such a good scent blend, though. You have that really kind of earthy, almost dirty smell with patchouli mixed with the really sweet mango, and it just blends into such a delightful scent experience. It's such a winner for me. And so that's what we're doing. Now, the reason that we're doing the colors here is because we have a Topaz can go into and can come in multiple colors, like a lot of stones, right? And I guess the most commonly considered soap, Jesus Christ, stone color for Topaz is like the cool copper color. And that's also why I guess it gets confused with citrine, because it's all a thing. But yeah, so, but also Topaz can come in green and blue and clear, I think. And so we're gonna do all of the things with this. And here's me and my mica lines, and I just, you know, further on in this pour, I break that thing, that little duster. The dusters are not fun. They're not fun. But I also haven't, and that's how I break it. I told you months and months ago, that's the real way to do it. Just beat it up. It doesn't work. It breaks the spring in it. All of my fairy dusters are broken because that's how I use them. But, you know, they don't come out otherwise. So it's frustrating and annoying and whatever. I still have not perfected Georgia May's little flicky flick thing with the brush to put down a mica line. I work on it, but still not working exactly. So, you know, I continue to go back to these things and break them and buy more, and it's stupid. I really should just find my coffee sifter thingy or my powder duster, because that actually works the best. So, best pro tip ever, don't buy the stupid fairy dusters. Just use a little sifter thing. Like, you know, the powdered sugar thingy. You could even use one of those to sift flour, those things that have the crank. I think that would be fun. I might just go get the one that's been sitting in my cabinets at my house for a bajillion years, never used, because I don't sift flour anymore. My grandma was a stickler on sifting flour. I don't do it. And, you know, use that for all sifting things from now on, because I can't find my little coffee sifter thing. But, you know, whatever. So far, so good. Copper went in beautifully. The green is now in beautifully and is setting up nicely, so we can do the pulling through of the thing and whatever. And I love working with this particular soap batter thing, this blend, because again, this is my current big bubble, and with my big bubble, there's always a lot of solid oils that super contribute to, you know, the bubbliness of soap. But because there's so many solid oils, it gets thicker faster, which I love, because I need some thick soap for this, and that's not something I usually say. But, you know, today I need the thick soap. What'd you guys think of the video yesterday? I'm not crazy. The Bob Ross painting in a slab mold. Georgia May is incredible. I'm blown away with her artistry, for sure. And so I think there was a little bit of that in my mind, because that soap slab was sitting just, you know, right there on the counter right next to me while I'm doing this thing. And I kept looking over at it going, man, I refuse to do, you know, super complicated things. Not the sculpted layers are complicated. Again, it's just a time thing for me. And that's why I refuse to do it. I won't do it because it's a time thing. And I'm looking at that thing the whole time going, knock it off, Mrs. Soap and Clay. Do the thing. Do it right. Don't be lazy. Don't be impatient. So I'm doing it right. I'm doing the thing. Thanks, Georgia May. Appreciate it. As a result, though, this pour ended up being way longer than most pours that I do. But, you know, it's cool. It all looks great when you take the time and allow things to set up between layers. That all gets cut out of the video. There's a lot of waiting, though. Like, actually just walking away from the counter and doing something else. Like, I'm going to go wash these dishes while this sets up enough for me to move on to the next step. So, it's all a thing. I just have to physically remove myself from the space in order to make it so. And I'm really hoping this blue gets a little bit brighter. It looks pretty gray right now. But the blue that I'm using is, I think it's just called Blue, actually, from Brambleberry. And it always looks gray, especially my soaps, because I make clay soaps. But this blue and like all purples, they tend to look gray in the raw soap batter for me. But as long as I see pop it, the proper color comes out. And it's mostly true. The even in the Winnie bar, that actually totally worked. Remember the Winnie bar that discolored for the Sanderson sister stuff? Ultimately, that purple still showed up on the bottom. Or was it green? Pretty sure it's purple. It still showed up, but as it was sitting there in the mold, it got so dark so fast. I had never experienced anything quite like that. And I've experienced a lot of weirdness with soap. I mean, not really weirdness. There's, I don't know, it's just soap. There's not a lot of weirdness that can be had, but also, you know, sometimes odd things like that happen and you work around them and you do things. And that's not really fully set up to do the thing, but I have a feeling I'm done at this point. I'm gonna try anyway because it's, oh no, it's good. That's totally good. That batter felt like it was wiggling more than it needed to, but no, we're beautiful. That is a nice looking, those are nice looking lines. Now I did not cut these lines actually. Georgia May had used this particular scraping tool thing. She made this and used it for the top of the Evil Queen bar. Right, like the crown that she did gold. So I saw that in the bin of sculpting tools and went, yeah, that works. I was planning on doing like scallops, but then I saw this and I'm like, well, this works too, and then I don't have to cut one. See, I mean, I have to be lazy somewhere in my pour. Like, it can't be just a, no, no, there has to be some sort of lazy. By the way, if you were hearing chomping, it's because I'm eating. I'm actually filming this voiceover at 10:39 p.m. and I have not eaten all day. Soap and Clay kidlets are asleep. Pups are asleep. Mr. Soap and Clay is asleep. But I have to get this done because the video needs to go out. So it's, you know, doing the thing. And that's cool. I mean, this isn't the first time that you've heard me eating on camera. I multitasker, I guess, but I think it's the first time I've ever actually commented on it. That's weird. I should do a mukbang. I don't know exactly. I guess this is a mukbang. This is a soaping version of a mukbang because I'm not going to like just go sit in my car and eat my food on my channel because I make soap. So yeah, this is the soaping version of a mukbang. You can hear me eating while I make the soap, and that totally works. And this is actually going to go in the oven for C-pop, even though it has all those melt and pour embeds on the top, because I really don't super care if those melt down, because I think ultimately, even if they do, it'll still create a cool topaz-y, you know, look to the top. And yeah, it's, sculpting, do the thing, pull some colors up. It's going to be fun. whatever. Let's see what we are working with inside for the cup now. Okay, so first things first, look at that shimmer and that beautifulness. That's so fun. Those mica lines are, I mean, ever since the Taylor Swift bars, I've been like super into like the shimmery micas. It's weird. It's a phase. I'll get over it for sure. But you know, not today. And also, this scent, so good. And those bars are so beautiful. Oh my God. That is a delight. I love that. That is happy and fun and awesome and could even be considered some sort of weird like landscape-esque type thing if you're, you know, abstract landscape. Sure. Cool. I like that. I love sculpted layers just like this. Like we can do a lot with sculpted layers and make things flippy and do the things and the landscapes and all the stuff, but it's kind of uniform ones, like that's my jam. And usually with a 4-bar color, it's usually not anything more or less than a 4-color bar. I said 4-bar color. You know, strike it, flip it around. Willy Wonka, that. But yeah, those are beautiful. And the scent blend on this is so good. It survives saponification so nicely. You have that beautiful, very sweet citrus-esque smell with the mango and the delightful kind of dirty patchouli. It's very earthy and the whole thing together. It's just awesome. This is a really pretty, you know, soap to have for a fall month, for, you know, a birthstone soap, really. So that is totally gorgeous. I love that. Now, this one paired next to the opal, so like the pearlescent beauty that was going on within the opal for October, very awesome. So I definitely need to make sure that the December bar matches it well, so we have nice fall represented, you know, birthstones together. But for now, that is day 211, the November birthstone, the Topaz, scented with mango patchouli. Looks beautiful. I love it. Of course I didn't mess it up. I think this was the real reason I took this back from the Soapprentice. I wanted to prove that I am capable of sculpted layers and mica lines. I just don't want to do them because I don't have the patience to wait for batter to set up. But I waited today and it was delightful. If you are interested in the November birthstone, the Topaz, you can totally find it on the website. It is at soapandclay.com. If you are interested in more soapy antics, you could subscribe to the channel. It's almost November. December gets crazy in the soap world, in the soap shop, and so you can be along for that sudsy ride and you can be one of our sudsers. That would be cool. For those of you who are our sudsers, you're cool and you're along for this awesome soapy ride. Thank you so much for being here. I super appreciate you. That is it for me today. I will see you guys all again tomorrow for, I believe we're doing an FAQ for Halloween, and yeah, I'll see you guys then. So bye.